Hey, welcome back. My name's Time Agent, and today we're gonna make Ryan J spaghetti. Let me show you how we do that.
Alright, let's start with our ingredients. First we have thick and hearty noodles, A1 thick and hearty sauce, Parmesan cheese, preferably, ragu with meat, 4 tablespoons of butter, and some meat. Exactly 1.5 pounds right here, but it's up to you. Alright, the first thing we want to do, we want to take our pot and we want to go over to our sink and fill it with water. Make sure we fill it about halfway as we do not want it to overflow. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Alright, next we want to go ahead and put that burner all the way on high and let's add some butter. The butter is going to help give it a nice flavor. Very nice flavor. Great flavor.
So let's talk about a few things while our water boils. Be careful that you do not let this butter water boil over, as it will flame upon contact with your stove. Now, if this happens, don't panic. Do not throw water on a grease fire, as it will just cause more fire. What you want to do is get a large saucepan and put it over the flame. This will hopefully smother the flame enough to bring down the fire. Do not panic. It's just fire.
So what we want to do here is we want to keep stirring the butter until our water boils. As you can see, we have a bit of smoke coming off our meat pan there. That's alright. Want to make sure that's on high heat for now, just to warm up that pan. As you can see here.
Alright, we want to go ahead and add a little bit of salt. I didn't exactly get it there. There we go. There goes the salt. Just a pinch. Excellent.
Alright, there it goes. When it starts to boil over, we want to make sure we don't let it. Go ahead and just remove it from the heat. We're going to adjust our heat down here, and we are now ready to add our noodles. So go ahead and return that, and look at that. It just boils right up. We're going to kind of race it here. It's all about not setting your stove on fire. That's what it's about. So now we're going to take our thick and hearty noodles. We're going to go ahead and put them in our hand. Go ahead and empty it over the bowl. I don't know if I have them all. I do. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and break them once. Just twist, twist, and break. There we go. And we're going to drop those right in. Made a bit of a mess. That's okay. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead, and the camera behind me is dying. That's fine. Go ahead and put those noodles in, and we're going to go ahead and bring our temperature back up so we get a nice boil. Now let's go ahead and move on to our meat. So again, I have about 1.5 pounds here. Gonna take that 1.5 pounds of meat and we're just gonna slide it right on. Ooh, sizzle. Listen to that sizzle. Here we go. Alright, here we go, boys and girls. Just go ahead and break the meat up. Just like that. And we are going to kinda flatten it out on the pan. Flatten it out on the pan. There we go. There we go, get as flat as you can. Nice sizzle over here. Our noodles, they are boiling once again. Here we go. This is where our A1 sauce comes. Alright, go ahead and take the A1 thick and hearty sauce. Ooh, listen to that. And we're gonna let's get it all in there. Shake it in. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use the whole bottle of A1 thick and hearty. Put it all in there. There we go. Listen to that. Now while we're doing this, don't forget about our noodles. There we go. Alright, don't forget about our noodles over here. We're going to go ahead and start stirring them. And we're just going to let that meat sit for a second. And for our noodles, because we are at altitude, we are going to go ahead and set a timer for 13 minutes. Just let the timer go. Go ahead and go back to our meat, do the same thing. Just going to keep moving it around so that one side does not cook more than another. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Not getting the boil I want, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that noodles up. Alright, now we're cooking. Again, kind of move that a bit. Let that continue to cook as we come back to our noodles. So right now the game is tending between the noodles and the meat. You do not want your noodles to boil over, as it will cause fire. In fact, it seems as if that's what we're doing here right now. Seems like the water is a bit boiling. Gonna go ahead and adjust my flame under the noodles. And again, see how it's boiling up? We're just gonna have to remove it from the heat, bring it down, give it a good stir, adjust my heat back to medium, I'd say, and throw it back on. Look at that instant boil, that's what we want to see. Alright, back over here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start flipping the meat. Look at that A1 sauce. Gave it that nice color. And it will give us the nice rich flavor that we so desire on this Ryan J spaghetti. Something I like to do, take your two, go ahead and just rub that meat. Just rub it in there. Get all those big chunks out. No one likes a big chunk of meat when you're going through your Ryan J spaghetti, let me tell you. So just like that. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, just like it. Get it. There we go. Now I think what some of you might be asking, but Michael, how do I know when my meat's done if in the first 2 seconds it turns brown? Well, it's just a bit of guessing game. Just a bit of how cautious are you? Do you like to diarrhea? Just a bit of that. Again, go ahead and get rid of those chunks. See if you can see what I mean. Yeah, see that? Go ahead. Just rub one out. Just rub one out right over your meat. There we go. Just one by one. Just want to rub it out. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Amazing. We're going to go ahead and let that sit and come back here. All right, go ahead and clean up as you go. All right, personally, I like to throw the trash. Got about 9 minutes left on these noodles, and that's what they're looking at. Again, it is a battle with this butter, because you cannot let it boil over. It will catch fire. You see that? I just lit spilled. We're going to go ahead and clean that up. Take one of these bad boys. Bam, don't burn your hand. That can happen. Alright, and chuck it to the side. Just keep stirring the noodles. Over here, we're going to go back. Let's tend to the meat once more. Looking good. Looking good, everyone. As a general rule, cook your meat as long as the spaghetti. Comment down below if you think that's correct. Ooh, hear that sizzle? That means our meat is cooking. Absolutely. Getting a bit of a mess over here, but that's alright. Alright, I don't want to burn the meat. It seems to be getting, I would guess, about done. We have about 6 minutes left on the noodles. So I also cooked this on high heat, so the meat may have cooked a little faster than normal. Normally I would do it only on medium. Today I forgot. So we're going to go ahead and maybe cut the meat cooking a little short. You don't want to burn your meat. That would be good. But at the same time, I'm still getting little pops and crackles, and I think it is still cooking. Back over here, we can see the noodles is boiling and is not boiling over like before. I'm going to go ahead and give it a good stir. Yeah, there we go. We have some nice expansion on those thick and hearty noodles. That's what we were looking for. Alright, I'm actually going to go ahead and take this off the heat because it does appear to be done. And again, cooking meat at your own risk. Taking it off. Alright. Throw it back on. A little more, just in case. Again, the A1 sauce just gives it that brown color right off the bat. It's a little hard to tell when your meat's cooked. Just keep moving it around, that's what I like to do. About 3 minutes left on these noodles. And I would say our meat is done. Maybe not. Gonna let that sit there for a minute. Right, we have about 2 minutes left on these noodles. Let's keep on stirring them up.
Alright, we got about 30 seconds left on these noodles.
Alright, gonna go ahead and turn the heat off on the meat. Have about 10 seconds left on these noodles. Alright, that's it for the noodles. Now we're going to go ahead and, this is make it or break it. To strain the noodles, we're going to go ahead and take our lid, put it on top. We are going to offset it, not one noodle length. Going to go ahead and pick this up. It will be hot. Come over to our sink and pour the butter water out. Now watch that. We almost lost some noodles. Go ahead and pour the water out. Go ahead and get as much water out as you can without dumping all your noodles. Woo! Again, it's hot. Watch out for steam burn. Steam burn, very real thing here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put my noodles back down. We're going to get some claws. Alright, go ahead. Come back with your claws. Do the same thing. Oh yeah, it's much better. Way easier. Alright, let's start to build the spaghetti. Alright. So, that's still hot. I don't want it to overcook my spaghetti, so we're going to go ahead and bring this over on the counter. Alright, I don't want to burn my counter, so we're going to bring back here. Most counters, probably okay. I would not trust this one. So, over here, going to go ahead, take our lid off. Beautiful. Alright, we went ahead and found a burner that wasn't scalding hot. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add our sauce. Just go ahead and open it up and dump it right on top. Perfect. Amazing. Get a good shake there. Next, we are going to get our other A1, and we're going to use half a bottle this time, not a full. There we go. Good shake there. There we go. And this time, add to the sauce. There we go, about half a bottle. Perfect. And again, normally it would just be straight Parmesan, but there's a shortage, so we're going to go ahead and use this. Go ahead and open that all the way up. Go ahead, boom, and dump it right in, just the whole thing. There we go. Awesome. So now that we have our mix-ins, go ahead and take our noodle and start stirring. There we go. Get it around, get it all nice mixed in. In fact, I'm gonna get something a little better to stir with. Okay, we're gonna get another one of these. Bring it around town. Alright. Now, once we have it a little bit mixed in, we want to go ahead and add the meat. And before we do that, I just want to do the same thing with the meat that we did with the sauce and drain out any grease. And there did not appear to be any. Alright, so let's go ahead and add our meat. Go ahead and grab our meat stirrer there. Slowly get that. Try to avoid getting too much of that grease in there. Perfect. Amazing. Go ahead and throw that in the sink. Go ahead and get your stirrer and keep stirring. Alright. Go ahead and get one of these there. Look at that. Perfect. Now, that looks nice and mixed. Let's go ahead and throw it on a plate. See what it looks like.
Alright, and there we go. Let's try out our Ryan J. Spaghetti. That's great. You can't tell there's A1 in it. It just is really, really good, fancy meat, is what Ryan J. would say, and he's correct. The Parmesan, it's not overpowering, it's perfect. Noodles are thick and hearty. Let's do it again. That's great. That's great. Again, anytime food, great, and it's actually quite fast. My name is Time Agent. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I cannot wait till the next time I show you a great meal. See you next time.
Hey, I want to thank everyone for making it to the end of the video. Please hit that big red subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell notification icon so it lets you know when I upload. Thank you, and I will see you next time.